And if I live to about 100 years old, I got about 22,000 days ahead of me.
Oh, damn. Ah, this is hard, man.
Five. Got it. 9. I think about when I was a kid and I was so lost. This is embarrassing, man. I think this caffeine is making me extra sensitive. I only really feel that when I take caffeine, man. It's freaking crazy. When I was 16 years old and I moved out to Indianapolis, and really it was kind of a situation where I had no choice. My mom's a single mother raising 7 kids. She raised 7 of us, man. None of us had a father that was really present in our lives. And so that was tough. When I moved out to Indianapolis, you know, there were so many things and so many reasons why I needed to go. And it was the best decision. It's the best decision that my mom ever made for me. And I had a brother at the time who was going through some things in his life, and he decided that he wanted to pick up and move and start fresh, right? So he had a buddy from high school. He had a buddy from high school that moved out there. So he went first, moved out there, and then I ended up going with him. I was forced with kind of like 2 options. Like, I go to school or I go to work. And I decided, I'm like, man, I'm tired of going to school. Like, this is not for me. Like, I'm ditching all my classes. I'm not going. I haven't like really been taking this seriously. I'd rather go to work and make some money. I'd rather go and start to, like, you know, do what I have to do to make some money, man. And so I decided that I was going to drop out of school. So I dropped out of school and started working at a little supermarket, Marsh Supermarket. I'll never forget it. My manager at the time, his name was Douglas Cooney. One of the coolest dudes that I have ever met. One of the greatest people that was just really, really important in my life. The first time that I faced racism was out in Indianapolis. It was the craziest thing. I've never experienced it. I'll save that for another video. But he was so comforting in those moments. He was so great to me in those moments. And he understood that a California kid was coming over here to Indianapolis in a suburb area, and I stuck out like a sore thumb. You know, like I really did. I had the whole California Pendleton and everything. Maybe I'll put a clip of it here or a picture of it here. I was that kid, right? I was just lost. So when I came back to California, you know, it took me years of still kind of feeling lost. When I came back, I was a single father. I was a single father. My children's mother walked out of our lives, and I was raising these 2 little babies by myself, you know, and I had a lot of help, man. I had a lot of help from my sisters and my mom. It takes a village to raise children, right? And I had a lot of help during that time. So much of life has passed by. That's already been almost 2 decades ago. And I've decided that I am going to do everything humanly possible to make sure that my life is worth it. To make sure that my life it's going to make an impact. Like, it's going to do something. I get choked up thinking about it, man. Because I'm so set on making sure that this life is worth it. I'm so set on making sure that I do everything humanly possible to turn my life into an example. And if I live to about 100 years old, I got about 22,000 days ahead of me. Every single day I wake up with that in my mind. Every single day I wake up with the fact and the idea that I am mortal. That one day I will be in the grave. The hope is that my children will have to bury me, and I never have to bury any of my children. I want to be going out, understanding and knowing that I did everything that I could. That I did everything that I was supposed to. That I walked this earth and I made an impact. That I walked this earth and I raised my kids by example. I did something that I could be proud of. I did something that they can now carry on into the next generation. That they can break all the generational curses that really controlled my life for a lot of years. So I've also made a dedication and a commitment from now until then to document the rest of my life, to document everything else that I'm doing, all the way from right now to the grave. So that gives me, on average, at least 22,000 videos that I'm going to document. That's one per day. If I do 2 per day, we're talking about 44,000 videos by the time my life is done. And so, if you're discovering this in 60-something years from now, or whatever that difference is between now and my 100-year-old birthday, if you're just discovering this, I'm not young anymore. I'm probably gone. But it's going to be something that I'm dedicating my life to, because we have to have a mission. We have to have something to push forward with, right? We got to have a purpose. And if we don't have a purpose and we're just kind of just moving along this earth, just barely living or surviving, and that's not the type of life that I really want to live. I encourage you today to really find something that's going to help move you forward and push you forward into this world. I encourage you to find your thing. I know mine is a little radical, but I feel like it's important to be that radical in with the goals that I have. I don't want to waste this life. I don't want to waste any minute of it, any days, minutes, hours, years. I just want to press forward, and I want to do something that nobody in my family has ever done. And I'm not just talking about my immediate brothers and sisters. I'm talking about lineage. I'm talking about generations, right? I'm coming from generations of poverty. I'm coming from generations of people that, you know, we're trying to just make it, and just like good people, but just trying to make it, just trying to make that breakthrough. I'm coming from generations of that, and I'm going to be the first one to break that. I'm going to be the first one to break all of that, and I'm going to bring my family with me. What is the thing that wakes you up early in the morning, keeps you up late at night? What is the thing that you can just say, I'm going to dedicate the rest of my life, the rest of my human life to this? I'm going to do everything in my power, everything in my strength, everything in my energy to go after and pursue this thing. I'm making sure that my life is filled with purpose, that I'm making the breakthroughs, that I'm leading the next generation, that I'm doing everything possible to raise every single one of my sons to be able to look at that and say, that's what a father is supposed to be. Setting the bar so high. So when these kids start to have kids and they start to give me grandchildren, their bar is higher. The bar has already been set. The expectations are there. You know, the world that likes to talk about toxic masculinity, it's a trip, man. I really feel like there's not enough masculinity. We've watered down what we're supposed to be. We've let society, media, movies, culture try to come in and move in and take away something that's such an amazing gift. It's an amazing gift that God has given to us to be able to lead, to evolve as men, to show our family, our kids, our wives, our people in our lives direction, to be able to know that we can be a provider and a protector. Understand this, my friend, that your life has meaning. Your life was meant for more. So it doesn't matter where you're starting from. You know, I started at around 16, 17 years old as a lost kid, trying to find my way, trying to figure out, where do I belong? I don't have a father. I don't have somebody to like really direct me in the places I'm supposed to go. I never had anybody teach me principles. I never had anybody really teach me how to take care of my body, how to feed myself right, how to respect myself enough not to sleep with every woman that throws herself at me. Like, there's a lot of things that I didn't learn. There's a lot of things I'm still learning because I didn't have that father figure. So now it's up to me. It's up to me to be able to showcase what a father's supposed to be able to show that example of what that needs to be to my kids, my grandkids, and the future generations that are coming behind me. What is your purpose? What is your reason? What is the thing that's getting you up every single day? Get up and get after that. Just a little word of encouragement. Just a little word of encouragement. If you like the video, please do me a favor. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notifications button. Make sure that you turn on the notifications because I'm going to be posting these videos almost daily. And don't forget to share this video with somebody. Maybe it's somebody who just needs to hear something from another man. Maybe somebody just needs to be encouraged as their father. Maybe somebody has kids like I do. Maybe they're in the same situation. Maybe they're a lost kid. Whatever it is. Share this video, share this channel, keep pressing on, keep moving forward, and keep evolving. Let's go.